Hello Sagittarius, this is Dot from Dragonfly Soul Tarot. Thank you for joining me this week on Dragonfly Soul Tarot. We are going to be doing the Valentine's Day Romance Calibration spread. So before we get into it, I would like to thank everybody for subscribing, liking, and commenting on my videos. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to do so. I apologize if I haven't gotten to all the comments. I try to get to as many as I can, and it's just that I'm putting together a website so that you guys can get a reading from me. But in the meantime, if you have any questions, please just make sure you use the email address below to get in touch with me. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started, Sagittarius. Your Valentine's Day Romance Calibration spread. We will have 3 cards that indicate you and your contribution to this relationship. 3 cards that indicate the other and their contribution, as well as 2 outcome cards. Oh, and I will also be pulling a card from the Tarocchi dell'Alba Dorata. It's a majors only tarot deck that I have been meditating on this week, and some messages have come out, so I will pull a card for you. Okay, Sagittarius, let's get started. So the first card I have for you is the 3 of Swords. And the next card for you, Sagittarius, is the 10 of Wands. And the third card, I have the 2 of Cups. What an interesting combination. Okay, so for the other, I have the 4 of Cups. I have the King of Pentacles. I have the 4 of Wands. And in the outcome, we have the 9 of Pentacles and the World. Okay, great. So something is shifting, Sagittarius, and you are no longer accepting anyone who causes you pain. The second someone shows that they are being a burden, you are going to take steps to move things in a different direction. Okay, so we have an interesting combination of cards in your section here. It seems like you're dealing with some disappointment. Someone has disappointed you, and this disappointment is causing a lot of burden. It may be affecting all other relationships that you encountered at this point in time, because you may be measuring everything in terms of what happened with this. But at the same time, we have the 2 of Cups. So there is this hope, this undying hope, that the next time will be the time that you meet someone who will be your partner, your lifelong partner, or whatever, your best friend, your deepest confidant, your ultimate lover, whatever you want out of a relationship. You have high hopes that this is going to happen, and that is the way to make things manifest, is to keep that hope alive every day without. And you see, there's this constant struggle here, this constant struggle between feeling defeated and feeling hopeful. You know, like you're constantly going back and forth. We have the moon here, we have the moon here, and together they kind of make like a figure 8, and you just sort of kind of fly between them like in a little spaceship. And it's this polarity pulling you back and forth between these 2 energies, but you want to keep this energy in mind, because you know you will eventually manifest it, but the universe's energies get confused when you kind of mix it up with something negative. Okay, it needs to be purely positive for it to manifest effectively. And you're also dealing with this disappointment. This disappointment is coloring everything. So you have 2 down cards and 1 up cards, and these are kind of weighing down on this card. But to me, the brightness of the 2 of Cups overshadows the dim gloom of these other 2 cards. And it stands out so brightly that I believe that if you keep this hope first and foremost, it will overpower the other 2 cards. Okay, Sagittarius? So, yeah. Don't let this get you down. Reminds me of that movie Never-Ending Story, where they're walking through the swamps. The boy is walking through the swamps with his horse, and the horse gets very blue, and he starts sinking in the swamp, and he's saying, don't let the sadness get to you. And that's what I'm saying to you, Sagittarius. Don't let the sadness get to you. Because in the future, there is something really... Now I'm kind of wondering if this is someone you've already met. Someone you've already met, because you are kind of not... You're not accepting something. You are just holding back here. Although this could be... This is the other person. Okay, so in the position of the other person, we have the King of Pentacles, the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. 4 plus 4. And Pentacles and Wands are 2 cards. Like this suit, one of the keywords for this suit of Pentacles is stability. And one of the keywords for the card of the 4 of Wands is stability. And there may be someone who wants to reach out but is unable to for some reason. If you haven't met this person yet, I'm seeing some sort of introduction in which you do not... where it doesn't immediately click. So this person, if you are single, this person comes into your life and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. You know, there's no immediate spark. But for some reason, this person takes a liking to you, who really likes you. And since he's a king, he or she, they are going to let you know. They are going to make advances towards you, and they are going to let you know that you are what they desire, and they want this with you. They want the stability with you. But at first, you are not in the place where you are going to let them in. Okay, so there's a situation where you're going to meet someone and they may not be your type right off the bat, or they just may turn you off right off the, you know, a little bit, what they say. But this is someone whom you should take a second look, okay? Because this is someone very special. They're not your usual type. They're not the one who, the gregarious one who is a lot like you, who wants to, who loves to socialize, be social. No, this is a person who likes to keep to themselves and who wants just to have peace and tranquility in their lives. And this may not appeal to you at first, but look for it. This is why the 4 of Cups has shown up in this position, because you're going to be looking for a situation where you are introduced to a person who is single and available and just not your type, but can turn into a really, really loving relationship. And they will let you know. They will let you know that they are interested, and you're like, I don't know, should I give them a chance? I'm not really interested. But there's a good chance that this is going to be a very fantastic relationship. So look for that, Sagittarius. If you go out to parties, if someone introduces you to someone, if you bump into someone, like at the store or someone, and you know, you kind of have a chat. That is the situation that you will find yourself in, that you don't really connect right off the bat. Now, for attached Sagittarians, you are keeping the faith in your relationship. Okay, so no matter what happened in the past, you are just keeping on trying, right? And not giving up. I'm not sure if your situation is a situation where you should be giving up. So that is something that you're going to need to assess. But in terms of people who are connected, we have the energies of being grounded and reasserting the fact that you want to be in a stable relationship. So I'm not sure why. Okay, I see. Okay, so you're putting off this confrontation for the time being. You know you're going to need to talk about it. You know you're going to need to discuss what's going wrong, because you want this stability. You want this grounding. You want this person in your life who offers you, you know, the stability in the sense that you don't have to worry anymore about dealing with people's neuroses and stuff like that, right? You just want to be living in peace. But the confrontation is not coming. Okay, so your partner, as a committed relationship, your partner is not doing anything about it, is not bringing it up, it's just being swept under the rug. So it needs to be brought up into the open. Okay, coupled Sagittarians, there's something that your partner is not saying, or you're not saying. There's a little bit of dissatisfaction here, or something was misunderstood, or there was a little bit of a betrayal. I don't believe it's anything that is earth-shattering, but someone doesn't want to rock the boat, okay? And somebody is just saying, okay, you know what, I'm just going to leave it for now so that things will stay the same for a while, and then maybe it'll go away. And we know that if you sweep something under the rug, it goes away, right? Okay, so the outcome is the World and the Nine of Pentacles. So we have completion and we have accomplishment. So some point this is going to get sorted out. See, the thing is, I'm getting two different sets of messages for couples and for singles. In terms of couples, for the time being, it's just going to, until this change of view, change of point of view comes along, nothing's going to change. This illusion of being stable is going to, and accomplished, and being where you want to be is just going to persist, okay? So you need to communicate. If you're coupled, you need to communicate if things are not, if something is not being said. If there's an elephant in a room, somebody needs to speak up about it, okay? So that's my message to the couples. But on the other hand, for the singles, it's a totally different story. For the singles, it is a change of perspective on this person, and then you realize that they are what you've wanted. So you can see, remember I said that they're not your type, they're not somebody who lights your match right away. Well, that's all you need, is a change of perspective to look into the future differently than you look back on the past. Okay, that's the world, the end of an era, time to look at things differently so that you can try different things and achieve different results. And the results are going to be fantastic. Okay, they're going to bring you to the place where you feel accomplished, where you feel that you've gotten everything that you desired. And that's the Nine of Pentacles, everything that you desire. Usually it's in a monetary sense. This is a romantic reading. Everything that you desire in a person is achieved by changing your perspective. Okay, sorry if that was a little confusing. I wanted to... The messages for the couples came out too, but they're not as positive as the ones for the singles. So couples need to communicate more. Singles just need to look out for that person whom they may overlook otherwise, as they may be someone who is really, really great for them. Okay. All right. So on to the Tarocchi dell'Alba Dorata. These are the in Italian, it translates to the Tarot of the Golden Dawn. And we have only the majors. And I'm going to shuffle a little bit because they're very awkward size, but they're very beautiful cards. And I'm going to pick a card for you, Sagittarius, as I have been meditating this week on these particular cards. And each card has given me a message to pass on to you. So, l'espiazione. Oh my goodness. Is that the creepiest hangman you have ever seen, Sagittarius? I mean, wow. This is the first time I have seen a hangman without his letter 4 legs. And it is just... You know, it's so horrible that it's beautiful. Look at the detail work in there. It's raining. And it's just, let me just get these a little closer to you so you can see the artwork. Now, don't be afraid of this card. It's just the hangman. It's just one artist's rendering of the hangman, okay? And I'm sorry that it came out in such a shocking manner, but it's just the hangman. Let me get my... my notes. Atonement. Atonement. Forgive yourself or the other person. Issues of forgiveness. I think this is coming out for the couples. Something is going on with the couples. And someone is not speaking up. Espiazione means atonement. So if someone needs to say sorry, say it, because if it doesn't get said, it's just going to get worse and worse, okay? I'm going to pull one for the singles as well, too. Why not? Because this hasn't happened in any other readings. This polarity between the couples and the singles has not happened in any other readings. So I'm going to have to pull a card for the La Sapienza. Oh, look how beautiful this card is. Look at this artwork. Can you see this? And La Sapienza is the High Priestess. And Sapienza means knowledge, the knowledged. Let me get... Ooh! Singles, a confidence boost is required. Acknowledge how the good outweighs the not so good. And that kind of comes into play where you're dealing with someone who is not your usual type, right? You meet someone and is like, I don't know, I don't like... I'm not usually someone who goes out with blonde guys, but, you know, he's really, really nice. You know, that sort of thing, right? So... you weigh the good as opposed to the not so good. So what is not your type? I mean, love is not about superficial looks, okay? And that's just an example. But the High Priestess says to dig deeper and go within and find out exactly what you need, because what you get may be what you need, but it may not come in the package that you think it's going to come in. Okay, Sagittarius? Wow, what a what a complex spread for you, Sagittarius. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for being with me and bearing through my my pulling out of these messages. It was an interesting reading, and I hope it was helpful for you. Thank you again for subscribing, liking, and commenting on my videos. Please remember to tell 2 people about my channel, so that if they need to hear these messages, they can find me here and get the messages as well. Thank you, Sagittarius. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.